average, an Australian child is diagnosed with autism every hour. Yet, considering its prevalence, the disorder is still remarkably misunderstood. To mark the beginning of Autism Month, we recently met Chantel, mother of two 4-year-old twins, who deals with the disorder every day. Let's take a look.
Tell me your trouble.
I got married really early and found out that I was pregnant with our first child, and was all really good. Decided to have another one and ended up with twins. It all went really smoothly. There was no complications. It wasn't really until they were about 4 months old that I started expressing serious concern to my maternal child health nurse, and I would say to her, there's something wrong. She said, oh, look, it's still a bit early. We'll just sort of see how we go. By the time the boys were 12 months old, Ethan was starting to obsess over playing with two things at one time. And then hand flapping started, which I've learnt now is classic. I didn't even notice Aiden was doing very similar things. I was so focused on Ethan. And yeah, we ended up going to see the maternal health nurse, and she said, oh, I think it might be autism. She hooked us up with a really good paediatrician. And as soon as we walked in the door, she looked at the boys and just knew straight away they have autism. Her basic information to us was that most children with autism don't speak. They don't know how to show emotion. They have a lot of social troubles with interacting and playing games and making friends and things like that. So we were left sitting there just thinking, are they not going to ever say mum? Are they never going to be able to show us that they love us and hug us? And that was hard. That was really hard. I'm still waiting for mum. I did feel very, very alone, and it wasn't until I was able to do the programs to start implementing proper strategies in how to help them progress that I realised I'm not the only one. There's quite a few different struggles. Oh, let's just pack the kids up in the car and let's go to a park. It's not as easy as that. Whether it be the local supermarket or the local shopping centre, they'll start screaming or banging their heads up against the pram, flapping their hands, looking up at the ceiling. But to have people just staring at you and saying, shut that child up, and you feel like you have to stay home. Yeah, it's just maybe just for people just to realise they're not just naughty children and that there could be something wrong, and just to be a little bit more understanding, I suppose. It is hard and it's isolating and it's not the life we all intended, but at the end of the day, it's what's been given to us. And, we all need to just keep smiling. I think that's the most important thing, is to keep having goals, set small goals, not set big ones, and don't shy away from it, don't hide it, embrace it, because it's not that bad. They're special boys. They are who they are because of their autism. I know them inside and out, and I know that they love me. They might not show it in typical ways, but I know that they do. They really, really do. Yeah.
And today on the show, Renee Townson from Autism Spectrum Australia joins us on the couch. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Tell us about your relationship with Chantel, whom we just saw.
Well, I see the boys at home to provide a specialist autism intervention. They access our services through the Australian Government's Helping Children with Autism package.
Yeah.
And the work that I do is really about supporting not only the boys but Chantel and her family, so that they are able to help the boys develop.
There seems to be a lot more autism around now than there was maybe 50 years ago.
Or are we hearing about it now?
Yeah.
I think awareness is increasing, although, as you said, it is still remarkably low. Although 1 in 160 Australians are affected by autism, so it is quite common.
Why is it more boys than girls? It is more boys than girls.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we're not really sure, as we're not sure why, what the causes are of autism either, so there's still a lot we don't know.
Is it genetic?
There are no known causes at the moment.
And no known cures either. Now, if a parent is watching who's got a little one and the symptoms or the signs start to reveal themselves around 12 months to 2 years, what should they do? What should their first steps be?
Well, there's a lot of information online. They can refer to our organisation's website to get some more information. Also, it's very important to talk to someone, talk to a professional. So go to your healthcare team or go to your GP and talk to them about your concerns and perhaps get a referral to a paediatrician.
Sorry.
April is Awareness Month. If there's one thing that you can get across to people that aren't living with autism, what do you want us to know?
I think from working with families, I think, as Chantel said perfectly in the package, we want people to understand that children with or people with autism are out there, and sometimes they have a lot of challenges in life, and it's helpful for people to understand that they're not naughty. It's because they have a disability. I think it's hard because you can't tell often by looking at a person with autism that they have that they have a disability.
Early diagnosis is the key, of course. So what are some of the signs?
Well,
and I know every child is different.
Yeah, there are a number of signs, although no indicator in particular will necessarily signal autism, but we look at a range of areas, so behaviour, social interaction, communication and play. Some of the areas are if a child has difficulty with changes in routine, if they have inexplicable tantrums, they have unusual interests, if they don't respond to their name by around 12 months, if they don't use things like gesture and pointing, if they have a loss of previously acquired speech. So they might use words like mum, dad, and then that seems to disappear. In the area of play, if a child has unusual interest in, say, things that other children aren't interested in, they might also play with objects in an unusual way. So instead of playing with the cars in an imaginative way, they might just spin them or line them up or gather them. And also in the area of social interaction early on, if a child has difficulty with social games like peekaboo, if they don't share smiles with you, that reciprocity, and also if they have difficulty relating to other children, they're all indicators that might suggest you need to go and talk to someone.
There's a lot on our website. Please thank Renee Townson. And I think what Chantel, the mother of the twins, really wanted to put across was try and be understanding, because they're not all being just naughty kids.